Hello guys, welcome to part 18 of Naruto, Rebirth of the Yellow Flash. First of all, I wanna say that this story doesn't belong to me. So if you wanna read the full story for yourself, you can go down in the description to find the link to the original post and read the full story for yourself. That being said, let's get into the video. Naruto, Rebirth of the Yellow Flash, part 18, the finals, part 2. For the first quarter final, I would like to call Samui of Kumo and Shino Aburame from Konoha. Genma announced after the 30-minute break was over. Shino took the sign route to enter the arena. As he made his way, he thought of possible outcomes in this match. His art affinity along with the clan-related jutsu he knew put him at a natural disadvantage versus Samui, who was masterful with her lightning. Not to mention, he could not keep up with her in terms of speed, since he was himself a long range. He did think that if he covered Samui with his bugs, he would be able to win, but he immediately beat that thought out of his mind when he remembered her lightning armor. His bug wouldn't survive a surge like that. So he turned to the proctor and did the most logical thing he could do at that time. Excuse me, I would like to forfeit. Why? It is because my art affinity and bugs are at a natural disadvantage versus her lightning. I wouldn't be able to keep up with her pace since I am a long range type, and finally a single surge of lightning will kill my hive. Shino said. The proctor blinked at him as he thought, damn, just like Shibi himself. Before saying match over, winner by forfeit, Samui of Kumo. Genma announced. Shibi nodded in acknowledgement. It was a good call on his son's part. Now to see if his friends would call him a coward. He was surprised when Naruto came up to him and they talked. As he had a bug on Shino, he was able to hear the conversation. That was a good decision, Shino. Don't beat yourself up too much. You can always take this exam again, Naruto says as Iza nodded with a grin, and Yamako just smiled. Shino gave a smile in thanks as Genma made the next announcement. Will Karui of Kumo and Gara of the Sand please make it to the field? Genma said as Karui jumped into the field and Gara appeared in a sand sequin. Genma then eyed both of the competitors before signaling them to begin. Karui spurred into action and raced towards Gara, continuously slashing with her sword, but Gara's automatic defense protected him against all of the attacks. Karui was then growing slightly frustrated before she jumped back before shouting lightning style, lightning wolf. A giant wolf made of lightning attacked Gara, who just jumped away before he pointed at his hand at Karui and shouted Shan Shukaku. Sand shuriken. Several giant shurikens made of sand flew towards Karui, who dodged two of them and them before cutting one with her sword. She then channeled a little of her lightning chakra and increased her speed before she started a Onidoman assault on Gara. But the attempt was again foiled by Gara's ultimate defense once again. He then gained a mineral grain before sending menacing maniacal grin before sending several tentacles made of sand. She dodged the first three before the fourth got her. Gaara then used his tentacles to bring the girl towards him. As long as she was in front of him, Karui exploded, zapping Gaara with lightning, showing that it was just a clone. Gaara, who took the full brunt of the clone, was blasted back. Karui used this opportunity to have a solid soldier pill before she waved through Hansel before shouting, lightning dragon. A giant lightning dragon sparked into existence before it crashed into a shocked Gara, egg knocking him out. Just then there was a slight rumble sound and a torrent a towering flower appeared. It was the one-tailed Tenuki. Finally, I am free. I will start by killing all of you here. However, immediately a set of golden and blue chains appeared from the ground and held the Tenuki in place. The golden chains were Kushina's while the blue ones were Naruto's. The Ichibi struggled as he shouted, "What the hell? What the hell is this?" Naruto, who was visibly struggling to keep hold of the Bizu, said, "Do you think, do you think, Sensei Itachi? Not do your thing, Sensei." Naruto, who was visibly struggling to keep hold of the Biju, said, "Do your thing, Sensei." Itachi nodded and stepped forward and stared into Shukaku's eyes. His Sharingan transforming into the Mongekyo Verten. He then said, "Tsukuyomi," in a in a good of a second. Shukaku from being disappeared as it was sucked back into Gaara. Naruto then jumped down into the arena in front of Karui, who was about to strike Gaara, and said, "Don't kill him." "And why shouldn't I? He is a monster." "It was lucky we have two of the three things that works one Biju's, otherwise we would have been toast." Two of the three things, nice. Karui retorted back. The only reason he escaped was because the seal was seal. The only reason he escaped was because the seal was shitty. Something I intend to fix. Naruto then turned to a pain-stricken Gaara who was pushing back while he shouted, "Stop! I wouldn't let my existence be dismissed. I am not going to hurt you. I know how you feel, how the feeling of being unwanted, unaccepted. I know how you feel, since I was treated the very same way in this village," Naruto softly said in a very honest voice. Gaara looked Naruto with a surprised look before he whispered, "How are you this strong? Why don't you hate the villagers?" "Oh, I hate them all right. They couldn't even tell that I was the Yondame's son, despite looking just like him. But I will fight to protect them because that is what my dad did as he died. I will honor his legacy by becoming Hokage and taking the mantle of the protector of him from him protector from him." Also, I had many precious people who became the beacon of light in my dark life, guarding me alone. By my sensei, my Shurogato sister, my grandfather, my friends, everyone helped me through. I am strong because I fight to protect them, Naruto honestly said as he sat down next to Gaara while he rested for the stadium watched. The people still were getting over the fact that Naruto was the Yandame's legacy. Yandame's legacy looked down in shame as they remembered everything that happened to the boy. Do you think I will have any special people? Gara asked in a desperate voice. As far as I can consider, you already have three: me, your first friend, and your siblings. Also, can you show me your seal? I should be able to strengthen it. Naruto said with a grin as Gaara's eyes widened when Naruto called him his friend. He then nodded before lifting his stomach, revealing a very poorly made three-pronged seal. Who in their right mind did this sucking seal? It's a complete mess. No wonder Shukaku messes with you. This design most likely causes him a lot of irritation. Naruto said in a frustrated tone. He then raised four of his fingers from one hand and three from his other hand before slamming both of them into Gaara's stomach. It was a seven-pronged seal that was Naruto's personal creation. It was derived from his own seal. After he was done, a panting Naruto turned to a panting Gaara and asked, "How does it feel?" I can hear the voice. I cannot hear the voice anymore. Thank you, Gaara said in an honest voice. Don't sweat it. I made the seal that Shukaku wouldn't be able to influence you, but you retain your ability with sand. Now I want you to go to my mom. She is a redhead in the stand so that she can recheck your seal. She is even more skilled sealer than me. Naruto said as he helped Gaara up. Gaara then turned to Genma and said, I forfeit. Tamari then jumped down along with Konkoro and shot Naruto a thank you look before taking him to Kushina so that she would check the new seal. Well, that was surprising to say the least. Winner of the fight, Karui of Kumo. The semi-finals will immediately will Tamari of Suna and Naruto of Konoha please enter the arena. Genma announced as Karui left the field and Tamari shouted, Proctor, I forfeit. He was able to hold a freaking biju long enough for it to be trapped in a genjutsu. I am not strong enough to fight someone like him, Tamari said as she helped Gaara into a seat. Genma sighed as he said, Winner by forfeit, Naruto of Konoha. Will Karui and Samui of Kumo please enter the field? Proctor, I forfeit. I am out of chakra and I am exhausted after that fight. I need a good goddamn break, Karui said in an annoyed tone. Fine. Will Samui of Kumo and Naruto of Konoha please come into the field? Genma irritatedly announced in a Kage box. Now that was interesting to say the least, Hiruzen said with a chuckle. You got that right. I never would have imagined a Biju seal to be that weak. It was good we had three sealers here. Naruto once again caught me off guard. He is quite skilled at sealing, A commented, though the final will be interesting. We get to see the Freetan lightning armor, fabled lightning armor versus the fabled sage mode. I wonder who comes out on top. Orochimaru certainly said as he inwardly sneered. His plan A had failed because of the unexpected number of S-rank ninjas in the village. His plan B, which was to have Shukaku destroy the village, had been foiled by the blonde Namikaze brat who refined its seal. Now the only thing he could do was hope that the sealing era were ready. they would provide a perfect backup for them to leave. Since nearly all of his plans had been foiled and he still could get a Sharingan, he decided to sit back and enjoy the match that was about to start. Back with the fight, Naruto cracked his knuckle and revealed his shoulder, relaxing them before he unsealed his right hand, white blade, and with a grin said, "Hey, looks like we are finally in the final, Samui-chan." It would seem so, but you better get ready to lose, Samui said with a smirk as she retained her own blade. Both of their eyes then hardened. Both of them had already decided that if they fought, they would go all out and hold nothing back. Soon there was a strange tense that filled the air. Everyone was waiting with bated breath to see how this match would play out. Sensing the tension, Genma said start before he jumped out of the way. He was in no mood to get in between a fight of this magnitude. In burst of speed, both Naruto and Samui disappeared, and soon voice of metal clashing were heard all around the stadium. Naruto, who was using the Iraton, was fighting on par with Samui's cloud style. Both of them were moving at identical speed and weren't letting up in their assault. Naruto used his superior physical strength and pushed Samui back before going on a full frontal attack using the different whirlpool style. Samui, who had just gotten used to the Iraton, wasn't able to get her footing back and forced on dodging and defending against Naruto's slashes. Naruto then used a quick change of style again and knocked Samui's sword out of her hand before kicking her into the wall. However, before she could crash into it, she masterfully maintained her body so as to use the wall as a platform to jump on before propelling herself towards Naruto and slagging him hard on the face. Naruto straggled back a little before he revealed his sword and grinned. Both of them then nodded towards each other before they started going through handshakes. Storm release, eye of the sky. Samui called out, spiral release, spiraling spear jutsu. A giant walk made of storm could flew towards Naruto only for it to be prisoned by a special version of Rasengan a superior, a special version of the Rasengan. The spear then went the Hawaii into the air before Naruto made hand seal and said, "Spiral release, spiral spear, bench Senbon rain." As he said that, Senbon broke into the spear broke into hundreds of small Senbons that attacked Samui at once. The wide area of the jutsu ensured that Samui wasn't able to dodge and got the full brunt of the attack, causing a small explosion and smoke to arise up from the point of contact. However, the smoke was soon cleared and Samui was seen standing with her lightning armor blazing in full glory. Naruto nodded again before he created a few clones and had them attack Samui. During the time they brought Naruto closed his eyes and clashed his hand as he activated his sage mode. He also activated his Sharingan since he would need it if he wanted to keep up with the blending piece house that was the lightning armor. Naruto, using his eyes, was able to keep track of Samui's move and he was able to keep up with his strength and speed thanks to him being in Sage mode. Two of them were currently engaged in a taijutsu battle. Samui was superior in terms of speed, whereas Naruto was stronger and was reacting thanks to his reflexes, punch after punch, kick after kick. It seems an even match. However, all the S-rank ninja were there could already see that Naruto was the winner. Samui was training and her armor is training and her armor was slightly fragile around the corners. And Naruto saw this and smirked. This was a great battle. He could feel the adrenaline coursing through him. He decided to reveal his final trick, something that 2,000 clones working with the toads earned him. It was technique that his clones mastered as he learned Senjutsu, his ultimate jutsu. Naruto then jumped back and took out a three-pronged kunai in his casing. Nearly everyone to three-pronged kunai in his causing nearly everyone to freeze. Naru-chan, did you master it? Kushina thought as she felt a grin back out on her face. Yeah, yeah, this Gaki is going to make waves, Jiraiya said with a smirk. Even though he hadn't trained Naruto, he couldn't help but feel proud and leave the post of Totsage to him. It was rightfully earned by him. Go, Naruto, show the world who you are. It's time to take flight, my young rival. Itachi thought young Raven. Go, Naruto, show the world who you are. It's time to take flight, my young Raven. Itachi thought as he looked on in pride. Take flight, young one. The Shiki awaits you. It's time for you to let the wheel of fire burn through you. Hiruzen said as he had a proud smile on his face. In front of him was boy who, despite only slight help had reached the level where he could hold his own against multiple opponents. Wait, am I really going to see that move again? I never thought I would see it again. Well, it seems a tricky trend with Konoha is definitely needed. A, a treaty with Konoha is definitely needed. Dealing with another Karui Shenko will be problematic. A thought as he smirked. Maybe he and his subjugate daughter had a rival for their speed in the young Namikaze. Shit. With that jutsu, he will easily foil my summons. I guess it's better to let it be and regroup. Shit. With that jutsu, he will easily foil my summons. I guess it's better to let it be and regroup, Orochimaru thought. Most of the civilians looked on confused while all the senior shinobis, including the clan heads, awaited with bated breath. Just as Naruto was about to throw the kunai Hiraishin, kunai Jiraiya, Hiruzen, and Itachi all thought the same thing. It's coming. The rebirth of Konoha, Hiro Shenko. The thought as Naruto threw the kunai at a fast pace before the arena was engulfed in a yellow lightning like flash. That's all for this video. If you wanna know what happens next, we wait for the next part. It should be revealed. It should be uploaded tomorrow or the day after. That being said, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.